Hey Armwrestlers, so I just finished watching East vs. West 17 press conference. There's many things that stood out. Uh, I thought Mindaugas and Giannis was great. I do think Mindaugas is really funny. The things that he says sometimes is just absolute craziness. Um, let's go Giannis. Devin and Corey, great interaction. Wasn't super mean from Devin like it sometimes is. As I do think he really likes Corey, but it's going to be a real match. And at this point, I'm cut in the middle. Longer it goes, I give more favoritism to Devin, but I don't think Corey's coming in weak, and I think it's going to be a great match. Like there's many things in the press conference, but probably the most important thing is just seeing how emotional John Brzenk got, and seeing his interview also pre-match. I do have a feeling that this might be the last time that we see John Brzenk. If that is true, it's I don't want to see John losing. And at this point, I think if he has to do like a back surgery and it's all very serious, like you have to take him in consideration. So John's been retiring, unretiring. He's been great. We call him the greatest of all time for a reason, and he was that like I think 20 years ago. People already recognized his greatness. If you start on arm wrestling right now, like 1 year to 10 years ago, it might be Devin Larratt, it might be Schoolboy, it might be someone else. But for every other arm wrestler on the planet, at one point, 20, 30 years ago, it was John Brzenk. He was the ultimate inspiration. He wasn't the biggest guy. He was the best. He was the best arm wrestler we have seen. Went everywhere, competed against everyone. Didn't have no problem testing himself. Went into the deep waters. See where you're strong. Just went in there and tried to beat you there. And John's great there. But for last, when he returned, returned, there's been issues. The shoulder was a big issue. I remember we were in 2019 at his backyard, we were having barbecue and some beers, and when he pulled with someone without the strap, he felt super strong. In the strap, it wasn't, because the shoulder takes more damage or tension when the strap has been applied, right? So he stepped up his game when East vs. West emerged in King of Table, and had competed many times with some great results and great wins, some losses, and it's been awesome. But John's been suffering all this time. Like arm wrestling is a big part of his life, and people now like they draw comparisons with him and Todd Hutchings. Like, why is Todd so successful right now on the top of his game, and John isn't, right? So it first comes down to injuries. Like John really arm wrestled, so he put his arm on the line for 40 years, 35 years, whatever. Todd is pretty healthy, and Todd has motivation. Like Todd really wanted to be number one, and he fought for those matches. He beat the guys to be number one, to be two division champion at East vs. West 95 now and before 105. John, the motivation is, I just don't see it there. I haven't seen it in a very long time. The time when I saw John super motivated was two times. One was versus Voivoda. I think because the Pulling John movie came out, and that was one of my early introductions with John Brzenk. And the movie came out, and you see John like being like this great guy, and then he loses to Alexei Voivoda. So I think all the years, all the speculations, everything. So John got this, he got it back, good. And then the other one was versus Laurinaitis. I think because so many people kind of, they're like, John has no chance or whatever, and he pulled amazing match. My favorite match as a spectator of all time, just because of how John pulled the match, of the audience and everything else, and now he's gonna pull Yoshinobu Kanai. I thought about this match. I have been switching back and forth, but stylistically, it is not great for John, And I really thought that because of the previous, how he beat him, like, and somehow missed the last time they pulled when Yoshi won. I do think Yoshi's coming in probably, he's much younger, probably really great shape. And I don't know where John's motivation is at this point. I really hope he can end this, if he ends this on a win. But I think I have said this many times before, like, I would be happier if John would retire and just be like, just retire. I just don't want to see him lose anymore. It's great to have him in the matches where he wins. It's always great to see John Brzenk winning. Um, he's been such a big, like, he's been crazy big part of my arm wrestling journey. As more I get to know him, more I get to study him. I learned so many things of what makes someone a great arm wrestler, and John has been that inspiration. And of course, like, there's talent, there's many different things, but John did work really hard to be where he has been. No one has done the things that he has done since. We see, like, we always talk about this is the new era and everything else. Like, everyone before didn't know how to arm wrestle, which is an absolute bullshit. Yet we still have the same guys from 20 years ago at the top of their game. Uh, yeah, for me, like, I'll be watching that match very carefully. Like, this will be probably, for me right now, is the most important match on the card. It is the most important match on the card just because of this. Um, I don't know. I really don't want John to retire, but I want him to be happy, motivated, strong, healthy, live a good life. He isn't getting younger. He has given us so many battles, so many great moments. I feel like John has been one of those guys that almost everyone loves because, like, he's genuinely like he is. Um, yeah, I wish him victory, and I hope all of you do too. Get your pay-per-view. Maybe this is the last time we see John Brzenk pulling. I'll be watching very, very carefully, and yeah, I hope I hope all of us together watch it and don't cry because I'm pretty close to it. Stay strong. Love arm wrestling, guys.